सेना के पराक्रमी महानायकों का सदा सर्वदा ऋणी है। कारगिल में हमने केवल युद्ध नहीं जीता था, हमने सत्य, संयम और सामर्थ्य का अद्भुत परिचय दिया था।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we celebrated the 25th anniversary of Kargil Vijay Divas, a day that serves as a reminder of the valor of our brave forces. On this day, in the year 1999, Bharat's bravest of brave fought valiantly in the most challenging conditions and defeated Pakistani infiltrators. Today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the nation in paying tributes to the fallen soldiers of the Kargil war. From Dras, he sent a message to India's adversaries and told Pakistan that its evil and terror-laden intentions against India will never succeed. Prime Minister Modi also sent a message to those who indulge in unrelenting and unnecessary politics over our forces. From the Agnipath scheme to Atmanirbharta in the defense sector, Prime Minister set the record straight on the issue of national security. Listen in.
कारगिल विजय दिवस हमें बताता है कि राष्ट्र के लिए दिए गए बलिदान अमर होते। आतंक के आकाओं को मेरी आवाज सीधे सुनाई पड़ रही है। मैं आतंकवाद के इन सरपरस्तों को कहना चाहता हूं कि उनके नापाक मंसूबे कभी कामयाब नहीं होंगे। कुछ लोग सेना के इस रिफॉर्म पर भी अपने व्यक्तिगत स्वार्थ में झूठ की राजनीति कर रहे हैं। ये वही लोग हैं जिन्होंने सेनाओं में हजारों करोड़ के घोटाले करके हमारी सेनाओं को कमजोर किया। हम राजनीति के लिए नहीं, राष्ट्र नीति के लिए काम करते हैं। हमारे लिए राष्ट्र की सुरक्षा सर्वोपरि है।
While Prime Minister's Agnipath attack became the headline from his speech, let's also shine the spotlight on the strides we as a nation have made in the area of defense. Our defense exports have grown 31 times in the last 10 years. The value of defense production in India has gone up by 16.7% in the last 1 year alone. India has been ranked as the fourth strongest military in the world by global platforms. Our Defense Research and Development Organization is making new strides every day in pivoting the Atmanirbharta pledge through its cutting-edge innovation. DRDO is significantly adding to India's military arsenal. Gone are the days when India's defense sector would be rocked by scams and Indian military would have to perennially be at the mercy of other countries for our defense requirements. So who weakened our forces? Who strengthened them over the past few years? The politics is unending over this question. Listen into voices from both sides.
अगर हम डिफेंस की बात करें, भारत की रक्षा की सुरक्षा की बात करें, कांग्रेस के समय में केवल स्कैम्स होते थे। भारतीय जनता पार्टी राष्ट्र प्रथम सदैव प्रथम के सिद्धांत पे चलती है.
It's a short-term crash course and it's not a full commission. The government is indulging in this scheme only because it wants to save money by not giving the full benefits for commissioned soldiers and officers. So this scheme does not fulfill the needs of a modern army.
And while the Rashtra-Niti should have been above Rajniti, and that message resonated from the heights of Kargil, in New Delhi, the Congress party found itself in a fix over their former Chief Minister and current Member of Parliament Charanjit Singh Channi's open endorsement for Khalistani sympathizer Amritpal Singh. While Congress party has tried hard to distance itself from Channi's love for the jailed pro-secessionist Member of Parliament, the confusion over the issue within the party ranks seems to be more than evident. Listen in to support coming in from other Congress leaders.
तो पर आप ऐसा मानते हैं अमृतपाल को लेकर जो चन्नी जी आपने कहा है, अमृतपाल पे तो कुछ बोलेंगे. चन्नी जी अमृतपाल को लेकर जो बोला है, चन्नी जी अमृतपाल पे आप बोलेंगे. चन्नी जी अमृतपाल पे आप कुछ बोलेंगे.
बोल दिया.
बीजेपी हमेशा गुमराने के अलावा, रिटर्न रन करने के अलावा, ये लोग ने बात करेगा पुराना बात के अलावा इनके पास कुछ ये नहीं है. वर्तमान के जो ये सिचुएशन है उसके बारे में कभी बोलते नहीं.
चन्नी साहब का उनका पर्सनल व्यूज हैं और
आप इत्तेफाक नहीं रखते चन्नी साहब?
नहीं रखते.
और ये जो बयान है ये तो बस ये तो उन्होंने तो ये बात कही है कि जो लोग वहाँ जिन्होंने मतदान किया है क्योंकि इजाजत किसने दी इसको लेकर.
So ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question we are asking on the news are tonight: who is playing petty politics over national security? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining me on the debate tonight, Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also joining me this evening, Sushant Sareen, senior fellow at the ORF. Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist. With me in the studio is Vivek Silas, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Ravi Srivastava, political analyst, supports the Aam Aadmi Party, also on the show. But my first question goes to Sanjay Jha, author, political commentator, suspended, not so suspended Congress leader, also joining the show. Sanjay Jha, Congress giving lectures on national security, on Agniveer, clearly shows that what should be national priority, what should be a national duty, is actually becoming a butt of politics. Every morning to get up and do politics on Agniveers. Elections are over. The fact of the matter is Agniveer is a policy. Many things have been explained time and again, and the Prime Minister has sent a message. Don't do this. Balakot strikes, you wanted proof. Agniveer, you have your own statement. When your own Member of Parliament today, Manish Tiwari, has written an op-ed calling it modernization and reforms. But every statement comes with, oh, we don't quite agree, we are distancing ourselves. And on Channi, where you should actually be taking a position, you distance yourself and think your job is done. Just what are the priorities of the party called Congress Party, which clearly is a party that has got this country its independence? Why is it not in sync with demands of national security is the question that people of India are asking tonight.
A very valid question, Navika. Let me tell you that where it comes to national sovereignty, territorial integrity, India's internal security, the border fencing, border security, these are not ever the prerogative or the monopoly of just a ruling party in government, in this case, a coalition government. It is, by the way, a responsibility for every citizen of this country. And I think the MPs in parliament, including those in the ruling party and the opposition, are equally responsible because governments change. I mean, as you know, that governments change, but mostly foreign policy and issues on ensuring that India's external boundaries are safe, that its citizens are safe. On these issues, normally there should not be any debate, or at least there should be no questioning of the intent or why questions are asked to begin with. You know, the real concern, Navika, is this, that the BJP over the last 10 years has tried to kind of give this political impression that, you know, through their hyper muscular nationalism and this braggadocio of this 56-inch ki chhati speech, that we are the only ones who know how to protect India's borders. That is really where the problem lies. I think let's look at it in a very dispassionate way. You and I, everybody who's watching your very popular program, my friends on the panel, are all stakeholders in India's future. So if we question the government, there's nothing wrong. And by the way, we can disagree with the government. That too is absolutely kosher and appropriate, because ultimately the ways may be different, but the objective is the same. I want to give just two examples before the BJP spokesperson comes in.
You can have different views, no question about it. You can be critical of the government, no question about it. But will you have different views on what Charanjit Singh Channi said about Amritpal? Do you have different views on that? Do you think Khalistan supporters and secessionists should also be supported in this country? And yesterday it was only Channi, today there are other people who have come in from the Congress party and supported Channi. So I want to ask you, even on this there can be two views?
Okay, let me answer you, Navika. I'm glad you asked me this follow-up question. Let me start with, I'll address that, but let me also start with Agniveer, because you mentioned it in the introduction. Where Agniveer is concerned, now we are all civilians. I mean, there may be some defense experts and so on, but I have heard many retired and present people working in the army or part of a military who have been critical of that scheme. One of them being General Bakshi himself, who's been a very strong defender or proponent of this government's policies. So there can be a difference of opinion. I just want to tell the BJP 2 points here, Navika, before we move on. Stop calling the opposition anti-national. Stop doing that. You have to explain to the people right now, Navika, why have 48 people, Jawans of India, soldiers of India, died in the last 32 months in Jammu and Kashmir? Why are 200 people dead in Manipur, 60,000 displaced, and the Prime Minister hasn't even gone to the state? There are fundamental problems. We are asking you these questions.
Okay.
It's your job to address it without indulging in cheap political
all right. Of course, there are fundamental problems, and it's not like in the UPA years or the years before that, there were no fundamental problems. But please respond, Shehzad Poonawalla.
Navika, first of all, thank you for inviting me on a day when we are commemorating the 25th year of the Kargil Vijay Divas. And Sanjay is right, I don't want to pick a bone with him today. He said we must all be on the same fence. But Sanjay, when you and I both were in the Congress, you were not suspended. 2004 to 2009, Kargil Vijay Divas was not commemorated until Rajiv Chandrasekhar pointed it out and exposed the government, and then under pressure they did it. And at that time, the MP of Congress stood up and said, Navika, I quote, it was an NDA war. It was an NDA war. Secondly, Sanjay Bhai, National War Memorial, 60 years, not done. OROP, 40 years, not done. Bulletproof jackets, 10 years, not done. Rafale, politics played, modernization of armed forces was not done. LAC was kept underdeveloped. AK Antony's famous speech, you remember that in Parliament. Forget all of that. Today I'm asking you a different question. You said don't call us anti-national. I am happy to accept that offer. I will not. I am nobody to judge you. But when, on a day, on the eve of the 25th anniversary, Channi gets up and says Amritpal Singh ke baare mein, he eulogizes him. And at that time, not a single person condemns him, but in fact you abuse and attack whom? Beyant Singh's grandson. And then the Congress MPs, when it is said to be a personal view, Digvijay Singh, Manikam Tagore, whose bite was played on this channel. Apart from that, you have seen Raja Wading. All of them come out and they say that, Arey, uska right hai bolne ka. At that time. And then today what happens? Priyanka Vadra, today without condemning Hamas, she gives a blanket support to everything that is done by them. And she condemns the same Israel, and Sushant Sareen will tell you that this Israel with whom we did not have ties for so many years was the pivot of support during the Kargil war. But forget that. There is also Samajwadi Party sitting here. बाकी सब चीज रहने दीजिए. ये सुनिए.
अगर याकूब मेमन की जमानत हो गई होती तो शायद ये केस और अच्छा होता. इस तरफ चीजें चल रही है बहुत.
Abu Azmi bats for Yaqub Memon. Then you have Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav and Lalu Prasad Yadav saying that Simi पर प्रतिबंध क्यों लगा. आई एम सेइंग, आपको हमारे से 10 शिकायत है ना, सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक पर प्रूफ मांगते हो और याकूब मासूम दिखता है, बालाकोट एयर स्ट्राइक पर प्रूफ मांगते हो और आपको हमास जो है वो अच्छा लगता है। मैं आज आपसे कहता हूं, कंडेम चन्नी, टेल मी व्हाट एक्शन विल बी टेकन ऑन चन्नी, टेल मी व्हाट एक्शन विल बी टेकन ऑन अबू आजमी एंड टेल मी व्हाई कारगिल वॉर वाज नॉट कमेमोरेटेड फॉर 5 years। इसका स्पेसिफिक जवाब होना चाहिए नाविका, इधर उधर बात नहीं होनी चाहिए।
इसका मैं
संजय झा
शहजाद भाई आपको बहुत ही स्पेसिफिक जवाब दे रहा हूं। आपको याद होगा कि संसद के अंदर आप ही के पार्टी के रमेश बिधूरी ने हमारे देश के 200 मिलियन नागरिकों का कैसे अपमान किया था। What do you take that to be? What did the Prime Minister?
Well, okay, we can keep revisiting history. उसने ये बोला, इसने ये बोला. We can do that, Sanjay Jha. But today we are talking about Channi. We are talking about how Ravinder Singh Bittu actually, and he's no less of a Sikh than anybody else, than Channi or anybody else. I'm saying when he was so agitated and walking, Rahul Gandhi is busy orchestrating people to come out and literally gherav him, beat him up, I don't know what. I'm just asking you, just say, do you agree with Channi? Should such statements be made on the floor of the House, yes or no? A wrong is a wrong. What Biduri said was wrong. There is no confusion. There is no confusion.
Rajnath ji condemned it at that time, but ma'am, today Kargil martyrs, their families are watching. 5 years it was not commemorated.
The question that Navika has raised, let me answer it.
5 years of non-commemoration.
Yes,
please,
Navika, the short answer to your question is absolutely not. And Jairam has officially said that we don't, the party
And after Jairam officially says that, Digvijay Singh comes in, Manikam Tagore comes in, Mr. Raja Waring comes in and supports. And that's what the discipline and that's what the view of the Congress party is. Well, let me also tell you on many occasions what Mr. Jairam Ramesh has said. On the issue of Abhishek Manu Singhvi contradicting Rahul Gandhi on caste census pitch, then he said, Dr. Singhvi's tweet may be reflection of his personal view. It does not reflect the position of the National Congress. Digvijay Singh, when he spoke about Balakot, the views expressed by senior leader Digvijay Singh are his own, do not reflect the position of the Congress. Same to same. Cut, copy, paste. You know, you accuse of others of cut, copy, paste. Here's the cut, copy, paste. Then Sam Pitroda, the analogies drawn by Sam Pitroda in a podcast are unfortunate, unacceptable. The Indian National Congress completely disassociates. And then Manish Tiwari supports the Agniveer scheme. Congress party, has its own view on it. On everything, you have your own view, but everybody is a congressman.
But Navika, there is some internal democracy in the party.
Democracy on Amrit Pal.
On secession.
On Amrit Pal.
Well, let me
advocated the murder of India.
Let me take this to Sushant Sareen. Sushant Sareen, on the issue of secessionists and supporters of Khalistan, can there be democracy in a political party, and can these comments be defended under the umbrella of internal democracy in the party? Really?
No, if it's internal democracy in the party, then these kind of arguments, even if you have an alternate view, keep it within the party. When you air it in public, then you can't say that, look, the party does not agree with it, because then what it smacks of is that here is this party which is playing on both sides of the wicket. They want to be with the soft, they want to play the soft separatist game, and they want to play the nationalist game, because frankly, the Congress party, and that goes to its credit, has played a stellar role since the 90s in Punjab. They managed to contain the situation. It's now going out of control. And within the next year or two, I think Punjab will be back to the 1980s, the way things are going. And you mark my words on it. And everybody, including this government, is sleeping at the wheel. The government in Punjab is sleeping at the wheel. And all political parties are hedging their bets. And Mr. Channi's statement is part of that kind of hedging which is taking place in Punjab, because everybody is now running scared. And they think, and the Congress party, I think, is entitled to think that because they've doubled their numbers, they can play both sides of the fence, and it gives them political dividends. But I personally think this is a very dangerous game which is being played, because quite frankly, to be talking about the rights of a secessionist, tomorrow you would do the same thing in Kashmir. Frankly, even today, what we are hearing is that there are some kind of confabulations going on with the Jamaat-e-Islami in Kashmir. But somebody has to take leave of his senses if they think that a party which is like the mothership of Islamic terrorism in the region can actually be won over and be brought into the national mainstream. Then clearly somebody is smoking some banned substance which they should not be smoking. But this is the way we are managing national security, and frankly, it gives me the jitters. I think we are not going to be in a very good place if this is the way things are going. But I agree with Sanjay up to a point. Look, if you have brought in a reform, and it's a very major reform that you are bringing in on how you are going to recruit people in the Indian Army. The Indian Army is not an employment agency. An Indian Army is meant to give teeth to the Indian, the strength of India when it goes into war or when it defends the country. So it's not an employment agency. That's the first thing. Secondly, if there are problems in a particular scheme that has been brought up, and there could be, and I personally think that there are certain reforms that need to be brought in, I think these can be debated. The problem, however, comes that when you start politicizing it and you start saying that you brought in Agniveer because you want to deny the rural poor employment, that, you're denying them a chance, then you're politicizing the thing. The Indian Army is not to give everybody a chance. The Indian Army is to pick up the best people, use them for 4 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever, and then let them retire with whatever package is worked out. But there are some serious problems which are coming into the Agniveer scheme which need to be addressed, and I see no reason why this matter cannot be raised at a political level in Parliament or in whatever other forum they want to do it, and have a nice debate over it so that you come to the best solution. After all, that is what we want for the Indian Armed Forces, don't we?
Absolutely.
If one side says I don't want any criticism,
absolutely, but the fact of the matter is there is never a constructive debate on any of these issues. Of course, better ideas can be brought on the table, and any scheme that has been brought in can be improved further. But Vivek Silas, I want to ask you, the India Alliance on everything is together. So I want to ask you, on Agniveer, you have a view, you can debate it, you should raise the debate. On the issue of the statements made by Charanjit Singh Channi, आप alliance partner है ना? आवाज क्यों नहीं निकलती? अगर कुछ गलत है तो वो गलत है, किसी के लिए भी है. Why do the alliance partners forget to say and register anything, especially when these issues are for national interest and national security? The question is, not one party will come out and say, they leave it. This is an uncomfortable topic. Congress is caught in the bind. Let's leave it and let's take the patli gali on the side. Is that the way such issues of national security should be dealt?
First of all, my respects to all the heroes of the Kargil war. This is the 25th year, I think, yes. So respects to them. As far as the statement of Mr. Channi is concerned, or we are talking about Amrit Pal, my point of view is, Navika ji, that I think the Election Commission should have taken a call on this. If he was a man, or if he is a man who supports the Khalistan movement, then suppose you and me, if we go and file our nomination, if there is a single spelling mistake, our nominations are cancelled. I think he must have filed his nomination definitely by law. I think the Election Commission should have taken a call. No, this man is not going to contest the election. Finally, he was allowed to contest the elections, and the people of that particular constituency made sure that he won it. And he won it quite handsomely.
So you don't have a view. You don't have a view. You want the Election Commission to have a view, and then if the Election Commission takes a view, then you will decide what your view is.
I said
you have no view on Khalistan supporters being supported and them being mainstream. You don't have an issue with that.
Definitely, why not? Anything that concerns the national security. I didn't answer the second part of your question, but you stopped me. Anything that relates to the national security of the country, definitely our view is we stand by our country. What is the problem in that?
So Amrit Pal, is he a threat to national security, yes or no?
No, Amritpal, I think he's behind the bars in Assam.
Is he a threat to national security and should the congressman and a former chief minister at that be seen supporting him in parliament? Yes or no?
No, I think if at all he's a terrorist.
आपको नहीं पता?
He's not yet convicted. He's not convicted, ma'am. If he is not convicted, we cannot commit on that.
The ghirawing of the police station, the armed attack on the police.
Let the court take a call.
That's not national security.
Let the court take a call.
Okay, court take a call. Sadhvi Pragya was not convicted. She was called terrorist. Sadhvi Pragya was given election commission go ahead to fight the election. She won.
She won?
1 second. She won. At that time, everyone, including Congress people, specially called her terrorist. Anyways, forget that. I have a bigger question. You started off by paying your tributes to the Kargil war heroes, which I appreciate you for. You're a good man. But Samajwadi Party was giving support to UPA-1. It gave huge numbers. 5 years it was not commemorated. Stand on that. Secondly, sir, Yaqub was convicted. I showed you the bite of Abu Azmi. He's your Maharashtra leader. He supported a convicted terrorist to get bail. So forget Channi and Amritpal. ये convicted Yaqub को आपने support किया और Vivek ji.
I knew
Vivek ji. Simi was banned by Supreme Court. Lalu ji and Mulayam ji supported. And finally, sir, Sanjay Jha. 26/11 जब हुआ, the person behind that was Kasab, who killed Mr. Hemant Karkare. Vijay Wadattiwar came and defended Kasab, said that no, it was done by Indians. The same Channi has said Poonch mein to stuntbazi hui, giving clean chit to Pakistan. You guys keep eulogizing terror of all kinds. One does global jihad eulogizing, one does Khalistan eulogizing, and you don't, Sanjay, have the position to tell me that why 5 years Kargil war, Vijay war Divas was not commemorated. Can I get an answer from either of you?
An answer for that. At least we don't call the ISIs to investigate the Pathankot terror attack. You call the people from Pakistan.
Madam, can you read this? Can you please read this?
Kargil
call
only
the people
for
from
NDA
Pakistan
to
ISI to investigate Pathankot.
I'm hiding the channel name, but please zoom this.
We don't ask votes in the names of martyrs like Prime Minister Modi did.
Vivek, was Kargil a NDA war? Was Kargil a NDA war?
Can I answer?
Sir, was Kargil a NDA war? इंदिरा गांधी ने तो बोला मैंने बंटवारा किया है पाकिस्तान का, मुझे वोट दे दो, आप वो छोड़ दो।
क्या छोड़ दो? क्या एक वोट शहीदों के नाम पे मिल सकता है? That is what the Prime Minister said. You cannot deny that.
एक सेकंड, क्या बोला उन्होंने? नहीं, एक सेकंड।
क्या आपका पहला वोट पुलवामा के शहीदों के नाम
किस पार्टी को बोला है? तुम पहला वोट देने के लिए मोटिवेट किया है। वोट नेशनल सिक्योरिटी में गलत क्या है?
क्या मोदी जी विपक्ष के लिए वोट मांग रहे थे?
इंडिया वॉर था क्या?
Don't be so childish.
था क्या?
No, even a 5-year-old child
पार्टी की नहीं है।
Even a 5-year-old child will understand that. He was asking vote for the Bharatiya Janata Party.
आपने सवाल पूछा, मैं जवाब देता हूँ। भारत के पाकिस्तान के 2 टुकड़े की इंदिरा हमारी देश की शेरनी है, ये किसने बोला? ये कांग्रेस वाले बोलते थे वोट मांगने के लिए। दैट्स नॉट द पॉइंट। द पॉइंट इज एनडीए वॉर था क्या कारगिल? डिड वी एवर से 71 का वॉर इंडिया वॉर था?
नहीं था।
हाँ,
लेकिन
तो
ये भी आप
बोलिए कि 5 साल क्यों नहीं?
ये बताइए पठानकोट का 400 कहां से आया था आज तक आपको नहीं पता?
सबने इस्तेमाल किया वोट के लिए, लेकिन खालिस्तान सपोर्टर्स को यूलोजाइज किया जाए, कोई कुछ बोले ना, ऊपर से कांग्रेस का भी डिस्टेंस एंड देन 4 more congressmen come forward. I don't know what kind of discipline runs in the Congress party, but let me get in Ravi Srivastava ji. Ravi Srivastava ji, आम आदमी पार्टी की तो सरकार थी जब अमृतपाल का इंसिडेंट हुआ था, जब पुलिस स्टेशन को घेर लिया गया था, किस तरह का स्टैंड ऑफ था, उसके विजुअल्स पूरे देश ने और दुनिया ने देखे थे. रवि श्रीवास्तव, you still think such a man should be praised, eulogized and supported by people coming out in the name of what? Democracy? Ravi Srivastava ji?
Good evening, Navika. First of all, I am against all kind of separatists. Whether somebody asking for a Islamic state, somebody asking for a Khalistan, or somebody asking for an Hindu Rashtra. Either way. Now, as far as Bhagwant Mann is concerned, I think he did the job best. He caught Amritpal, he got him jailed, and whatever government did is transferred him to Dibrugarh and all that. Now, my question here is, yesterday, if we analyze Channi's statement in the parliament, He did not ask, he never said that Amritpal should be freed or Amritpal is a hero or Amritpal is a nationalist. He never said it. I think he asked for that the 20 lakh people who voted for him, why should they be deprived of their benefits or their voice in the nation building? That's, I think, the mute question. As far as the statement is concerned.
What is the moot question? What were the last two words? Is part of nation building. Part of nation building.
Yes, exactly.
So हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी अमृतपाल नुमाइंदे होंगे लोगों के फॉर नेशन बिल्डिंग और नेशन ब्रेकिंग. मुझे तो पहले ये समझना है, नेशन बिल्डिंग के लिए जो लोग लड़ रहे हैं, जो तमाम आए दिन कभी राफेल को कर देते हैं पॉलिटिसाइज, कभी वो डीआरडीओ को पॉलिटिसाइज कर देते हैं, कभी वो अग्निवीर को पॉलिटिसाइज कर देते हैं. कल तो वो नेशन बिल्डिंग में अमृतपाल को पोस्टर बॉय कह रहे थे. ये देश कहां जा रहा है?
नाविका जी, मैं एक छोटा सा अपना निजी अनुभव बता रहा हूं जो अमृतपाल के बारे में चन्नी ने किया, और चरणजीत सिंह चन्नी को बिना किसी देरी के सदन को बर्खास्त करना चाहिए या निलंबित करके उनको नोटिस देना चाहिए. मैं अपना निजी अनुभव बता रहा हूं. कल से डिबेट पर हैं हम लोग, टीवी पर आपके साथ भी चर्चा में है, अलग अलग जगह भी बात कर रहे हैं. मुझे एक मैसेज आया, बहुत समझदार सिख हैं एक, और उन्होंने कहा कि आप लोग हमारे लोगों के खिलाफ घृणा फैला रहे हो. अमृतपाल एक खालिस्तानी आतंकवादी जिसने अपनी मां के बयान को खारिज करते हुए कहा कि उनको नहीं पता है, अगर हमें चुनना होगा तो हमारे लिए पहले खालिस्तान है. और जब भगवंत मान की सरकार ने जब सर पर गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब को रखकर भीड़ ने उस थाने पर हमला किया था, तो टीवी की बहस में मैंने उस वक्त भी कहा था कि ये खतरनाक है, लेकिन अभी तो पुलिस वाले किसी भी तरह से बचा रहे हैं, ये बड़ी बात है. और उसके बाद भगवंत मान की सरकार और होम मिनिस्ट्री ने साथ मिलकर अमृतपाल के खिलाफ कार्रवाई की, वो पकड़ा गया, उसको असम जेल भेजा गया. मुझे लगता है ये हमारे संघीय ढांचे और फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर की स्ट्रेंथ है. रवि श्रीवास्तव इसको नहीं समझ रहे, वो इसको पॉलिटिकल एंगर दे रहे. यही ठीक कोशिश की थी इंदिरा गांधी जी ने, जिनकी हत्या आतंकवादी ने की. उस आतंकवादी ने की जिसके मन में यह आ गया कि सिखों के खिलाफ इंदिरा गांधी हैं. वही एक माहौल था जिसके बाद हजारों सिखों सरदारों को देश के अलग अलग हिस्सों में कांग्रेसियों ने नरसंहार कर दिया. और पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री राजीव गांधी उस वक्त क्या बोलते हैं, बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती हिलती है. हमें इस मानसिकता की तरफ नहीं जाना चाहिए. चरणजीत सिंह चन्नी के जरिए जो कांग्रेस गेम प्ले कर रही है डेंजरस है, ये भारत की संप्रभुता के लिए खतरनाक है, इसमें कहीं कोई दिक्कत नहीं. और चन्नी ने कहा कि 20 लाख लोगों का प्रतिनिधित्व करके आया है. झूठ बोल रहे हैं चन्नी. अगर कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी जो कह रहे हैं कि हमने एक गठजोड़ बनाया है, अगर वो गठजोड़ उन दोनों ने बना लिया होता तो अमृतपाल यहां नहीं आता सदन में. ये देश को जानना चाहिए. 4 लाख वोट पाकर वो जीता है और लगभग 2-2 लाख वोट दोनों पार्टियां हासिल करती हैं. मैं कह रहा हूं पंजाब के लोग, पंजाब के सिख, वो हम आप जैसे लोगों को जो अगर हम खालिस्तान के विरोध में बात करते हैं उनको अपना दुश्मन मान लेंगे. यही वो मानसिकता है कि देश के प्रधानमंत्री फ्लाईओवर पर सिक्योरिटी ब्रीच होता है और उसको अलग अलग तरीके से पेश किया जाता है. देखो डर गया, देखो लौट के कहां जा रहे हैं, और उसके बाद देश के सदन का ऐसा दुरुपयोग और टीवी पर बैठकर शर्म नहीं आती. ऐसे ही लोग अग्निवीर के खिलाफ खड़े होते हैं, ऐसे ही लोग कानून विरोधी आंदोलन में खालिस्तानियों को घुसाते हैं.
पंजाब में टीवी चैनल पे ओपनली कहा करते थे कि मैं लोगों को कनाडा जाने का रिकमेंडेशन देता हूं. एंड ही वाज अ मेंबर पार्लियामेंट, ही वाज अ स्टॉन्च सपोर्टर ऑफ द खालिस्तानीज. आप क्या बात कर रहे हैं? आज आप अमृतपाल पे बहस कर रहे हैं. आपने सिमरनजीत सिंह मान पे कभी एक शब्द भी नहीं कहा होगा. याद करिए उनकी
इनकी नासमझी बड़ी भयानक है.
सपोर्ट किया करते थे यहाँ पर.
मुझे 30 सेकंड दीजिएगा, जरूरी है ये.
हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी,
बड़ी भयानक नासमझी है. इनको ये भी इतिहास नहीं पता है कि सिमरनजीत सिंह मान को कृपाण रख के आने की जिद के चक्कर में संसद में नहीं घुसने दिया गया, उसने इस्तीफा दे दिया. सामान्य जानकारी भी लेकर नहीं आते, पढ़ लिख के आया कि और देश ने सिमरनजीत सिंह मान को नहीं बर्दाश्त किया. उस वक्त की डिबेट में ना हम थे ना आप थे. वो आज की बहस नहीं है. वो कम से कम समय तो पता होना चाहिए आपको. बिना पढ़े लिखे डिबेट पे
पॉइंट रियली इज रवि श्रीवास्तव जी, अगर भगवंत मान ने अच्छा काम किया अरेस्ट करके, तो फिर आम आदमी पार्टी को कौन रोक रहा था चन्नी के खिलाफ बोलने के लिए पार्लियामेंट में? आप अपनी हर हर बात की आप कहते हैं कि हमारी आवाज सुनी जानी चाहिए, लेकिन जब आपको आवाज ऊंची करनी होती है तो आप आवाज ऊंची करना भूल जाते हैं। ये किस तरह का आपका पार्लियामेंट्री रिकॉर्ड है?
सुन लीजिए, संविधान बदल देंगे, हमें 400 सीटें चाहिए। ज्योति बिरला, लल्लू लाल, अनंत हेगड़े,
मुझे लगता है हम डाइवर्ट ना हो। 30 सेकंड की बात करूंगा, केवल
अमृतपाल पर आपके पास कोई जवाब नहीं है।
केवल 30 सेकंड। अभी रवि जी मैंने आपके बीच में नहीं बोला है।
नरेंद्र मोदी
रवि जी आवश्यक,
रवि जी आज मुद्दा वो नहीं है, आज मुद्दा संविधान का नहीं है। अगर संविधान की इतनी दुहाई आपको देनी है तो फिर चरणजीत सिंह चन्नी के खिलाफ कुछ बोलना चाहिए था, बोला नहीं। अब ज्ञान मत दीजिए शहजाद।
देखिए वैसे तो रवि जी मैं चाहता हूं आप मेरी बात भी सुने, यही अच्छा डायलॉग होगा। 30-40 सेकंड ही लूंगा। संविधान की वैसे बात करें तो पहले पृष्ठ पर लिखा है यूनिटी एंड इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ इंडिया, और खालिस्तान बनाना यूनिटी इंटीग्रिटी का पार्ट नहीं। पर आपको मैं बताता हूं क्यों आम आदमी पार्टी ने कुछ नहीं बोला। ये है आम आदमी पार्टी के स्पीकर खालिस्तानियों के साथ, ये ठीक है। और ये है राघव चड्ढा लंदन में प्रीत गिल से मिले। प्रीत गिल यूके की एमपी थी, अभी भी शायद है नहीं पता, पर वो उस समय पर खालिस्तान की एडवोकेसी कर रही थी। और ये गुल पनाग, जैसे रवि जी एक मेंबर है वैसे गुल पनाग ने बोला हैड वार्नड आप अबाउट फ्लर्टिंग विद खालिस्तानी। ये गुल पनाग का स्टेटमेंट जिनके फादर। रवि जी मैं आपसे हाथ जोड़कर, मैंने आपके बीच में नहीं बोला, मैं 10 सेकंड और लूंगा।
रवि जी I'll have to lower your fader. I'll have to lower your fader. Complete your point.
आज आयरनी पता है डिबेट की क्या है नाविका? आदरणीय इंदिरा जी को मारने वाले आइडिया को मैं कंडेम कर रहा हूं, और आदरणीय इंदिरा गांधी जी के पोते जिसने अपनी परिवार में खोया है, वो उस व्यक्ति के आइडिया को डिफेंड कर रहा है जिसने अपने परिवार को इतनी बड़ी क्षति पहुंचाई है। अगर ये परिवार का नहीं हुआ तो क्या ये देश का होगा?
That is the other part of the question, and you can politicize it. But Sanjay Jha, no ifs, no buts on Balakot. There cannot be a proof that is being asked, especially when the military, highest officers are telling the country what has happened. Have we lost our respect for the uniform? On the issue of Amritpal, once again, how can there be two views? हो सकता है, नहीं हो सकता है, he's got so many votes. Is this a question of votes, or is this a question of national security only?
Navika, two points are very relevant in today's discussion. Number one, it's a Congress party-led governments that has given India some of the biggest military triumphs against our adversary Pakistan. Let's first recognize that. Number two, I think the political party has paid very dearly with some very brutal assassinations. I mean, the party's integrity and its commitment to India is beyond something that the BJP will never understand. But here are two questions for Shehzad, because he kept raising some points. Shehzad, can you answer to me? Why did
Amritpal defended Indira Gandhi's assassination?
Do you know this? Do you know this, Sanjay?
Now, 1 minute, Shehzad.
Amritpal justified and he said कि जैसे इंदिरा को मारा वैसे HM को मारेंगे. He has said this. Waris Punjab Day and all of this has been said.
I'm asking you something. Take
okay, please ask. Please ask, Sanjay. Please ask. You didn't answer about the Kargil Vijay Divas, but you asked.
I live in Mumbai and I was here when the 26/11 attacks happened.
Right.
You know what your BJP MP said? I cursed the ATS chief Hemant Karkare. I want to ask you, has the BJP ever apologized? In fact, you celebrated a victory.
Okay. So the BJP did not. The BJP did not apologize in 2011. So we will support Amritpal in 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, if that makes any logical sense to you,
I'll answer this. Let me not escape from this. Once again, Sanjay, you asked me a question. You want me to answer it? Thank you.
50 years.
Sanjay, you want me to answer it? Thank you. Sanjay, that statement that you have said, Sanjay, you have to now...
complete, I'm short on time. Sanjay, now you've asked the question, allow him to answer.
Sanjay Jha, I as the national spokesperson, she is no longer an MP of our party, but I condemn that statement. Now I ask you that those MPs and ministers and leaders who have supported Channi's statement, you condemn them. By the way, 26/11 ke baad, Rahul Gandhi was busy partying. You know that report, right?
Let's not go so far back.
Let's not go into that zone.
Let's talk about today. The question is, on the day when we salute our martyrs, and yes, Sanjay Jha, The Congress may have been in power when most of our military confrontations have happened. I don't know if we still need to only look at which political party was there and forget our martyrs, forget our armed forces. But if you want, you can have it your way. But today we are celebrating Vijay Divas of Kargil, 25 years of that. On the day we should have been saluting our martyrs. What are we doing? We are actually creating politics around Agniveer. We can of course improve the scheme as Sushant Sareen suggested, but for that the forum is different, the style is different. But we are not doing that. We are responding to the Prime Minister, we are politicizing the issue, and when it comes to Channi, there is pin drop silence. Nobody wants to distance themselves. I mean, of course, officially they do, but nobody is coming out to condemn. Nobody is worried about a separatist getting such support on the floor of the House. Just why? Have we not learnt our lessons on these separatist movements in Punjab? Is there something else that we still need to see? Well, people who remember the times of the 80s in Punjab will tell you it's a nightmare that we don't want to revisit. But is the Congress party flirting with trouble in Punjab? Why can't it condemn it on the day when we are celebrating the valor of our Jawans is a question only they can answer. We leave it at that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.